Good morning, friends. How are y'all doing? Yes, I'm still in bed. And yes, I'm still wearing my pajamas. But yes, I did take a shower. I just put my pajamas back on. Why? Because leave me alone. I'm at home. It's a Friday. I didn't have to go on campus for school. So I could wear my pajamas again if I want to wear my pajamas again. God. Don't worry, I am gonna change though. But not right now. So it is. Why do I always feel the need to tell the time? It's 11:26 a.m. and I brought my mom to work earlier today. I at around she had to go in at 10, so I went and brought her to work. Excuse me. And then hold on, I need to clear my throat so I can see if I want to go to the audition, because I woke up today and I'm like I don't want to go. I'm not prepared, but I still want to go. So I'm gonna see if Lucas can come with me. I mentioned it very briefly to my mom. I didn't tell her that I was interested in going to the audition. I didn't tell her that I was thinking about it. I just kind of told her about it. And immediately she was like, yeah, do everything that you can, like blah blah blah, like you need to do it, like you're gonna love it, like if you just do it you're gonna love it. And so I'm like, ooh, that's like, I know you would tell me that. but no, it's cool. Like, she's super supportive, and I know everyone is super supportive. That's just kind of why I didn't want to tell anybody yet that I was doing that, because I didn't want people to be like, oh my god, yeah, blah blah blah, like I didn't want people to like falsely hype me up, you know what I mean? Like, so, but I didn't tell my mom like that I was going to. I just mentioned it, and then she got super excited and she told me that I needed to do it. So yeah, we love good moms. Where's my backpack? I'm gonna so me so what so me and my brother went to the grocery store to get some groceries for my mom, and then we picked up some flowers for her just because, and she looked really happy whenever she got them, so that was cool. Also, I'm right here. Hey, how's it going? So this is my little setup that I have going on. I have my planner out, and then I have my computer out, and then I just have the charger plugged in. So this is what it kind of looks like. I have to actually move the table. Let's see. I actually have to move the table at a diagonal just so that it can reach the charger. But this is what it looks like. Usually I'll have like a notebook out and then my textbook that I rarely ever use. So that's what that, okay, lighting. So yeah, so it is now 12:15. I started a little late because I just felt like it. Oh my god. I tried to treat my acne and stuff, so that's why it looks like that. So just ignore that. I'll see you guys in the next. I just finished my quiz. It was 100 questions in 1 hour, but I finished it in like 16 minutes, 17 minutes. I don't know. Less than 20 minutes. I got, I think, an 84 out of 100, because it was those, because first of all, I wasn't taking my time to like read it all, and also there's some part, like there's some things that I'm like, I just knew I would get wrong, because I'm like, I don't remember what the rules are for that. So yeah, so now I think I'm gonna go wash my hair to get it done and ready for today. And I think that's pretty much all I had to do today, because I scheduled out some more things in my planner that I found out that I had to do. But most of it is just reading the textbook and then answering the questions on the quiz. Wait, was I supposed to get the access code before I could do the quiz? Oh my god, wait a second. I cut the cameras. I need to figure this. Guys, I am so nervous. I'm shaking because I have decided to go to this. It smells so weird in my car. But I decided to go to the audition. I haven't filled out. Why is it so high up over there? Hello. I haven't filled out the paperwork stuff yet, because hopefully that'll give me something to do when I get there. I haven't signed up or anything for a time, and it ends at 7 and it's 6:22 right now. Okay. It's 6:23 right now. And I'm super nervous and stressed because I have never done anything like this before. I mean, obviously, I've talked about that a lot. I am meeting up with Lucas, and Lucas is gonna come with me to kind of support me. He doesn't know what we're doing. I just told my mom whenever I went to go pick her up from work, and she didn't say anything. She was just kind of like, after a while of silence, she was just like, I think she said something like, yeah, like, you should go through with things that you don't want to do, because they're all like steps to get you to the place that you want to be. And I was like, cool, mama knows some words. So that kind of helped a little bit. And yeah, I just don't know what to expect. I know what the stage looks like, and I know the procedure, and I'm very grateful that my teacher took the time to show me all of that, because I think without any of that knowledge or that kind of ability to picture how everything's gonna go really helps a lot. So without that, I would have just, I don't think I would be going right now. So yeah, I have a story. I don't know if it's what they're looking for. I don't know if it's what they want. I don't know if I'm gonna present it in the way that they're looking for. I don't know. But you know, the beauty of life is that you don't know what's gonna happen. You know, you don't. It's all about new experiences and doing things that scare you. And that's something that I was talking about last night. That it's important to do things that scare you. At least for me, I don't want my anxiety or my fear to rule my life and prevent me from doing things. So if I can just do this one just once, I think that I'll be able to go into more auditions, or I'll be able to just have that, I don't know, just have that already. Words are hard. They're hard to use. Yeah, it's fine. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. You know why it's gonna be fine? Because I said it's gonna be fine. And it's just gonna be fine. Also, this lighting, okay, well now it's like overexposed, but it looked pretty for a second. I'm good. It's good. It's good, everybody. I'm good. I'm not stressed. Why do all these running boys look like Lucas? Anyway, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys in the next clip. Let's see what my thoughts are after. Oh. Okay. So that was a lot. It went really well. I got a callback, so that's my first ever callback, so I'm super excited about that. Callbacks are tomorrow at 1 and I have to be there by 12:45. So yeah, so basically what happened, I really wanted to film right after I got out just so you could see the difference in how I felt and immediately what happened, but Lucas went with me for just some moral support, and I didn't want to just shove the camera in his face, or even if I didn't put him in the video, I didn't want him to think that I was just talking to the camera and not him. So I just kind of dissected everything and talked about everything with him first, and then after that we talked a little bit just together, and then after that we went home, or we came to my house and ate some dinner, and then I told my mom and my dad how everything went, and then after that I just dropped Lucas off back at his house. So now it is 11:37 p.m. But okay, so this is basically what happened. Basically what happened was I got there, and then me and Lucas were trying to find the place, because I'm horrible at directions. I'm horrible at trying to figure out like where things are at and trying to remember and stuff. I kind of had an idea of where it was gonna be and things like that. I mean, my professor had showed me, like I said in a previous vlog, that he showed me around and he told me like how the audition process would work and everything like that. So he showed me exactly where to go and like what to do and how to act and like how to dress and things like that. But as far as remembering all of that, I forgot. So we walked around, and then it kind of came to me, and then I remembered. So then we got there, and then there was a group of people sitting on the ground playing some cards, and the second that I walked up, they just started talking to me and bombarded me with questions and telling me their names, and they were like, you know, like all up, you know, trying to be like, oh, who is this, like this, you know, whatever. And it was actually really refreshing. It was a lot at first just because I was so nervous and scared to begin with, but looking back, it was literally like a hallway full of me's. Like, so, like, I'm very much someone who goes out to people and I'm like, oh my god, hi, my name is Gabriella, like, who are you, blah blah blah, and that's really how they were. So it was really cool. They made me really feel like I was part of the group, you know, in a very like new girl type of way. You know, they were like, of course it wasn't like, yeah, so like blah blah blah, here's all the drama. Like, no, it was just kind of like they were asking about me, you know, figuring out like who I was, and I kind of was figuring out who everybody else was. And I filled out that form that I told you. I filled that out there to just kind of pass the time. And then after I did that, then they started talking to me a little bit more, and I asked some questions, and they were more than happy to let me know like how things are gonna be, like what it was like for them. And so it was like really, really cool. So I ended up going after somebody, and then I think one other person went after me, so I was second to last, only because that last person was late. I think they were late, I'm not sure. But then I went, and then this girl was just like, yeah, so you know, you're gonna stand at the wing, and then they're just gonna say like, stand by next, and then at next you're gonna walk out. So I was like, okay, cool, like, you know, I'm ready. And then I was like, okay, so when am I gonna go? And then they were like, oh, you can probably, like, if the next person who's supposed to come doesn't come, then you can go after the person who gets out. So I was like, okay, cool. As soon as they said that, that person walked out and my eyes got big. I was like, oh God, here we go. So they walked out and they said they want the next person. And then everybody was like, oh my God, that's you. Like, you go, like, you're next and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, okay, I'm next. And I gave Lucas my fanny pack and I opened the door slammed. I took a breath and I walked in through the wing and I stayed by the wing. And then I heard the two people talking. I think they were talking about somebody and I was like, oop. But yeah, so then that happened and I was just kind of waiting. And then he yelled, is somebody there? And I said, yes, I'm here. And then he was just like, oh, okay, yeah, come out. And I was like, okay. So I stepped out and he took the form that I had filled out from the packet and I gave that to him. And he was like, okay, yeah, so is that Gabriella? Is that who you are? And I was like, yes, sir. And he was like, okay, like, I just couldn't tell because of the mask. And I was like, oh, okay. And because I didn't have my mask on oh, I forgot to text Lucas that I was home. I'm home. Give me 2 seconds because I'm vlogging, lol. And so yeah, so then he was like, is that Gabriella? And I was like, yeah. So yeah, so I usually have a mask on, but they told us not to wear the mask whenever we were auditioning, and then to put it back on whenever we stepped back into the hallway. So I did that, and then he was like, yeah, okay, so you're gonna go back over there, and then whenever I say stand by, then you stand by, and whenever I say next, then you walk out immediately. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll walk out immediately. And then so then I did that, and a couple seconds went by, and then a couple more seconds went by, and blah, 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 and he said stand by, and I was like, actually, in the time before he said stand by, I thought that he said it, and I didn't hear him, so I was worried about that. But then he yelled it and I was like, oh, cool. And then I was waiting for the next and I was like, okay, here we go. And it took a while, but then he said next. So then I immediately walked out and I said, hello. Hello, everybody. My name is Gabriella Quinones. And then he told me that I had to stand on the X or near the X or around the X. So I was like, okay, cool. So I walked up to the X and he told me after I introduced myself to take a deep breath and then take a moment to myself and then begin my story. I was so emotional. I felt like the second I started talking, I was just gonna cry. And I was just with myself and I had to just try to breathe and compose myself. But it wasn't because I was scared, and it wasn't because I was nervous, and it wasn't because I had anxiety, or it wasn't because the story I was going to tell was that emotional. It wasn't any of that. It was because I felt comfortable. Like, I felt at ease. I felt like this is what I'm meant to do. Like, I belong here, you know? And it was just really, like, just a powerful feeling, I guess. Like, the only other time that I've ever felt like that was whenever I would go onto live TV, whenever I was a teen reporter in high school. The feeling, it's just like, you know, you feel so nervous, you know, because you're like excited and scared to do something, like you don't know what's gonna happen, you know, because it's live, it's in person, like there's so much at stake, it's like risky, you know. But then, like, once I got onto live TV and once I was on the stage, I was like, wait a second, this is fun, like this is cool, like this, I love doing that, you know. So anytime I was on live TV, I was so excited. Like, I would literally work so hard on like a news package just for like 3 minutes on air. That's how much I loved it. And then the same thing happened here, where like I was so nervous. I thought about the story and I tried to practice as much as I could, and I tried to get the time down, and then like awed to be on that stage and perform that story for them. And it was really cool. I'm not really gonna go into like how I actually performed it, just because it's never gonna be exactly like how it was at that time. um I really I felt myself tense at first, but then I kind of loosened up a bit and I felt more comfortable. And because I say my professor, he's the head of the theater department. Before I started, he told me that this is my stage. He told me that this is my time to shine. He told me that this is the place where I can make it my home. Like, I'm supposed to make the stage my home. And he was like, this is, you know, this is all you. Like, this is your time. And he was like, just be you, just do it and tell us your story. And he was just really encouraging me. And I think just him saying that, I think, is what kind of got me emotional, because I was like, oh my god, like, you're right, like, this is my time, like, this is my chance, like I need to just be here on the stage, you know? And so I started performing, and I felt myself projecting, and I felt myself getting quieter but still projecting, and I felt myself projecting even louder. I had arm movements, and I kind of walked around a little bit, and I really felt myself like performing the story, you know, being like, look, like, I have a story to tell, and I'm telling you the story, and this story means a lot to me, and it's important, and I want you to hear it. And so I really felt myself just, you know, talking to the two people that were in the audience listening to me, and I really felt myself just being there, but at the same time just ignoring the fact that there was people there. Like, it was like I was just in front of my mirror practicing just talking, and it was really, really powerful for me. It was really cool. And whenever I finished, so my story was about the time that I went onto my high school campus to get my diploma, and I was wearing a crop top and my school normal pants that I always wear, but I had just graduated, you know, I was literally picking up my diploma, so like, I didn't go to school there. And so I went onto campus with a crop top, and basically I went further into campus because I needed to figure out if I paid for my yearbook or not. And one of the assistant principals literally kicked me off campus, and I was just like, okay. And I was just kind of talking about how it just made me feel degraded and sexualized, and how she embarrassed me and all this stuff. And so she kicked me off campus, and I was just devastated. So that was the story, pretty much what I told. And after that, my teacher was like, wow. He was, wow. Like, he was blown away by my audition, I guess. I don't know if he does that for everybody, or if it really was just that astounding to him. I have no idea, but it was really cool. And he was just like, and he started talking about the callbacks, and he told me that I have a callback, so I have to go tomorrow by 12:45. And he was telling me that my introduction was cool, like, was amazing, the way that I said hello, you know, to break the ice, to kind of not make it so awkward. And then he told me how great I did and how incredible it was. And then he told me that, and then he asked me if he said, this is the first time you ever auditioned for anything before, right? And I said, yes, sir. Which I kind of lied, because in middle school I auditioned for a play, but I blocked that out of my memory because it was like the worst experience of my entire life. But anyway, besides that, it was the only audition I've ever done. And he was like, wow, like, it was an amazing audition, like, it was cool, like, it was like a great first audition. And I was like, cool, like, awesome, thanks. And he said that the story that I told would be perfect and exactly what they were looking for the teenager project. So, and then he asked me if I wrote down that monologue that I did, and I said, no, sir. And then he said, did you record it in any way? And I said, no, sir. And he said, but do you have it up here? And I said, yes, sir. And he was like, okay, cool. Because we're probably, if we choose to, you know, do it that way, like choose to cast you or whatever however he phrased it, then we'll definitely use that because it's perfect. And I was like cool. And then he phrased, it was like I could tell he had a part in mind for me. He told me that he had several lines that he wanted me to read, like a bunch of different a few different ones that he wanted me to read to see like how I would perform them, how I would, you know, do stuff like that. And I was like, oh, cool. And so I could just kind of tell that I think he knew like where to put me, or like where he was kind of envisioning me to be, but he kept having to phrase it like, okay, if this happens. So yeah, that happened, but I do not think I'm gonna get casted. I really don't think, because the scheduling conflicts, because I have a lot of them, because I'm supposed to be, why is my hair like, because I'm supposed to be free from, why is my hair like really ugly right now, like I don't know what's happening, because I'm supposed to be free from 1 o'clock to 10 p.m. pretty much every day from September 28th, I think, all the way to November 8th. I'm supposed to be pretty much available to do rehearsals. However, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have a class from 1 o'clock to 2:15, and then Wednesdays, I have a class from 2 o'clock to 3:45. So that conflicts a lot. And then on top of that, I also have my club meetings, hopefully on Tuesdays at around 5 o'clock. I think that's when our meetings are going to be. And then I have SGA meetings on Wednesdays at 4. Wait, when's my art class? Ooh, I'm going to be cutting my art class real close to my SGA meetings. Anyways, but yeah, so that happened. And so that's why I don't think I'm gonna get casted at all, because I don't think that I'm gonna be able to even be there for rehearsals. So like this guy was telling me, if you can't even be there for rehearsals, then there's no point in casting me. So I'm pretty sure that that's what's gonna end up happening. My mom and Lucas were like, oh, but if they really want you, they're gonna work around it and blah blah blah. But I know that that's not how theater works. I know that that's not how the business is. It's a harsh business. Like, even if they want you so very badly, but if you can't fit into their schedule and their time, then they don't need you. They can find somebody else, you know? So I'm pretty happy with myself, and I'm so grateful that I went through with this and I did end up going to the audition, and that I didn't let my fears or my anxieties hold me back, because I would never have felt the way that I feel right now. Like, I wouldn't have felt the way that I felt the first time I ever auditioned like that, you know? And it was like, and so it was just an awesome feeling. And if I had like stopped myself from going, then I wouldn't have the experience that I have now. Like, I wouldn't be, you know, like, thinking about any of this and just being happy and finding something that I'm, I guess, passionate about, you know? So I'm really happy that I didn't let my anxieties and stuff like stop me from doing that. So yeah, that's pretty much what ended up happening, and it was really cool. And I'm really excited for the callbacks, because it's my first ever callback, like literally like first ever. Like, obviously I did so badly at my first audition in middle school, so there's like I had no experience with callbacks at all. So I'm super excited about that. And then but then the yeah, and so this girl told me that I was like, that they were gonna call me, oh, this guy told me that he was gonna call me Baby V. Baby V. And I said, Baby V? I'm like, my name's Gabriella. Like, what? And he was like, you know, like Vanessa Hudgens from High School Musical. And I was like, oh, Gabriella Montez, right? And then and a girl was like, yeah, you know, you kind of look like her. And I was like, oh, thank you. Like, it's my dream to become her one day. Like, I love Gabriella Montez, and I was like, I've always wanted to be her. And then the fact that whenever, this is so stupid, but whenever I was little, I used to think that I should have been named a Vanessa because I felt like I looked like a Vanessa more than I looked like a Gabriella. And then just the fact that Gabriella Montez was played by Vanessa Hudgens, I was like, I feel like I should be a Vanessa. And so yeah, and then there was just a lot of other Vanessas like that happened like in my life around that time. So I just really resonated with the name Vanessa. And I even wrote in these 3,000 Questions About Me book that one of my favorite names is Vanessa. I've never met a Vanessa, and I just feel like whatever, you know? So the fact that they said all that, and the fact that I love High School Musical, and the fact that, you know, this is like theater, I'm just like, I was like, whoa, like this is so cool, you know? Like I'm literally like, I'm like Gabriella Montez. I'm like, oh, I'm Vanessa Hudgens. Not that I can sing or anything. That's just the separation between me and her. But yeah, like it was cool. It was like a really, really cool feeling. So yes, that was super exciting. And they were all like super, super friendly. Like they really just kind of they just greeted me with open arms and answered any questions that I had and encouraged me, and, you know, really like just, you know, really made me feel comfortable, you know, with them. So it was really cool. I have been talking for long enough. So I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. I'm still in full beat, and so yes, I do wear makeup. I do know how to put makeup on. My eyebrows need to be done, but what did y'all think about my makeup today? Y'all hadn't seen me in makeup in a while. But yeah, I'm like super excited. I don't know what else to say. I hope you guys do something that will make you happy, whether it's tonight, in the morning, in the afternoon. It doesn't matter what time of day. Just excuse me, that was a gross burp. It doesn't matter what time of day or whatever, just be sure you do something today that will make you happy. And whether that's auditioning for a play, or if that's going to sleep at 8 p.m. instead of 2 a.m., if that's taking a shower, doing your makeup, whatever it is, just be sure that you do something that will make you happy today. And I don't know what else to say. Okay, bye!